Speed. Market. Slate 74, take 2. Action! Slate 3, take 1. Action. Do you like living on the Isles of Scilly, and why?
I do, because over here there's no burglars and you're allowed out on your own.
Why?
Just told you.
Speed. Market. Slate 89, take 2.
There we go.
What's that one for?
Well, that's the maximum temperature, and at the moment it's
11.12.5.
12.8. 12.8. And this one here is the minimum last night. Now, if you look there, you can see it's less than 5, but it's more than 4.
4.8.
4.5. 4.5 degrees last night.
What's that one then?
Well, these two compare the moisture in the air. This one's a dry bulb,
Right.
and this one with the wet wick is the wet one. You see, this one's 10 degrees, and that one's 12.8. When they're very close together, it's likely to be raining, or it's raining.
Alright.
Do you want to bring the
This one.
yes, the measuring jug? We'll take see how much rain we've had.
Alright,
Oh, this is a standard 5-inch rain gauge, and let's see what we've got in here then. Oh, it's quite a bit last night. Far more than I thought. Let's see exactly how much.
it did hail, so that's... Oh, yuck, thank you very much.
It's really scientific, that, isn't it? Our standard 5-inch rain gauge. Let's see what we had last night. Cool.
Yeah.
Far more than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
It did hail, so that probably melted.
Yeah. Okay.
Helpful noise.
Pause in there. Make sure we've got all of it. You got that? Right. Let's just look down there, and we see it's 4.4 millimetres of rain. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Line them up, like.
Right.
I know his house.
There we are. Okay.
Action!
Hang on.
Cat.
Right, okay.
Well,
Mark it.
Market.
yes.
State 45, take 2.
3 on.
Action! Yeah, we've been on this bus before. I have loads of times. Hey, wait a minute, you see the gig going past here in a minute. Oh. You ever been on Richard's loads before? Oh, I got lots of fun stuff there. He's got a computer and everything. It's different on smart, isn't it? Oh, load of gigs. See that small one there? Gig there. Wonder what the lifeboat is now. Must be getting on. Oh, those lights. There's a baker here. Oh, fishing boat's gone out there. There's one in there. Oh, missus, you have to go fast on the bike. then at school? No, of course you haven't. Look at them young trees up there. You can see the Eiffel Tower really well, man. There's loads of old trees up there. There's tons of young trees up there. Look at yellow flowers. That new fire engine they got up the airport. Those are stuck up there. Speed. Mark it.
Slate 51, take 2.
Action.
He is a big one. Yeah, can't really see it in the bucket. Now I can. It's definitely double jointed as well, yeah.
Why do you like putting on the Isles of Scilly? I like putting on the Isles of Scilly because there's just lovely places to go potting and it's really fun. I like watching the pots being hauled up and stuff like that. I just like it. What is the smallest thing that you have ever caught? Once, when we caught a little lobster, only about this big, that we had to chuck back overboard. What is the biggest thing that you have ever caught? Well, I don't know the biggest thing that I've ever caught, but I know the biggest thing my granddad's ever caught. Caught a lobster about this sort of size that filled up the whole pot. What do you do over the weekends? Over the weekends, I usually play with my best mate, Ben, and we play in my tree house and play on my computer and stuff like that. And in the summer, sometimes he comes boating with me, and then we go swimming and stuff. That's really fun. What things do you catch?
When I'm fishing, I catch lobsters and crayfish and crabs in the lobster pots.
What bait do you use and why?
When fishing for lobsters, I use any whitefish, pollock, conger, wrasse or gurnards, anything that's got oil about it, oily fish. Mackerel are also very good.
What is the most unusual thing you've caught?
I wouldn't say that they're unusual, but monkfish, for one thing, are peculiar looking things with big heads and tapering tails, and sometimes a shark. I've had one or two big sharks and things like that.
Why did you get involved with fishing?
Because when I started work there was not a lot of opportunities for other jobs, especially here in the islands, in the Isles of Scilly, and that was one thing that where there was work to be had, and I think that's probably why I went to it. Also that my father and grandfather had been in it before, and it seems fairly automatic to carry on, to follow on.
How do you catch shellfish?
In lobster pots or creels. Now they are steel frames covered with netting, with a net in. In bygone times they were made of willow cane and woven together, but they would not stand the punishment on the seabed from the sea. These are much stronger and almost indestructible.
What happens after you've caught the shellfish?
We store them alive in carbs or keeps, which are floating boxes, and keep them until we've sufficient number to dispatch them to Cornwall, and they go through a merchant in Cornwall and then on to Spain, where the best market is for shellfish. Crustaceans they're called.
Where do you go fishing?
The fact that I'm a briar man, really, I started my fishing in the Norrid rocks. That's around Maidenbower, Seal Rock, Mincarlo, Scilly Rock, and all that area. And also down in Broad Sound on an area called the Nundeeps. That's about 1.5 miles northeast of the Bishop. And then in autumn time, now working from St Mary's, south of the islands and east of the islands, where you pick up more shelter. It's deeper water and the gear doesn't get smashed up, which it would do down in Broad Sound, because the water is fairly shallow in places, and the big western swell that comes home will smash up any gear if you're caught at the wrong time.
What do you think is special about the Isles of Scilly?
I should think really it is the geographical setup of the islands, really. There is nowhere else quite like them, and also perhaps the fact that it is small, a small population, and you know all the people, and the variation of work, I believe, is a great attraction. Most of us that have lived here for a long time have worked on all sorts of jobs, and that makes for an interesting lifestyle. That's the attraction in it for me.
What do you like about the Isles of Scilly? Why is it different?
What I like about the Isles of Scilly is I like all the tripper boats and everything going by, and you can go out with your friends when you're own and things, and I like it. It's different because there's not very many cars and there's different islands you can go to, and there are really nice restaurants over here.
What restaurant do you go to?
Juliet's Garden.
What is Juliet's Garden?
Well, it's a garden. It's kind of like a cafe as well. Well, it is a cafe as well.
Why do you like Juliet's Garden?
I like Juliet's Garden because of all the birds there and everything. They're really cute.
What season is the best to go there, and why?
Well, I think the best season to go there is summer, because it's warmer there and all the birds are there in the summer.
What is the most common bird there?
The most common bird is the thrushes, but there are sparrows as well.
What's your favourite bird there?
Definitely the thrush, because they're so cute and they always come up to your table, and you're allowed to feed them there.
What is your favourite food there, and why?
My favourite food is a diet cake and an egg sandwich.
Do you prefer to sit inside or outside, and why?
Well, I sit outside in the summer because it's cooler outside, and I sit inside in the winter because it's warmer.
Who do you go to Juliet's Garden with?
Well, mostly my family, because it's kind of like a family restaurant, really.
What do you like about the view?
Well, I like it because Juliet's Garden's like slanting on a hill, so you're up here and the harbour's down there, you can see all the boats going out and everything. It's really nice.
Would you recommend Juliet's Garden as a good place to dine?
Yeah, I would recommend it as a lovely place to dine.
Who is your favourite chef, and why?
My favourite chef she's called Alison Sheriff, and I like her because I know her and she lives above my friend's house.
What are we going to do tonight then, Mark? See how many times we've got tonight. Good idea. Nice wind tonight. Hey, Mark.
Yep.
Perfect weather for capsizing.
Yep. Cut.
So if they got that tap, go back as well. Tap, and then the second time through, size, that would be I can.
Nearly. Very near. Oh, we lost our rudder. We left our sensible, didn't we?
You get that back in. Push the rudder down. Yeah, push the end of the rudder down and push.
Not everywhere. Coming up. Go right over.
Just let go of the boat completely. It's getting wet. What type of boats do you have in the sailing club?
There's marauders, toppers, wayfarers and mirrors.
When did you start sailing?
Yeah, summertime last year.
What are the main boats at sailing?
The main boats are the toppers and the mirror because they get sailed the most.
Why do you like Carn Gwaval School?
I like Carn Gwaval School because the teachers are nice.
What do you like about Carn Gwaval School?
I like about Carn Gwaval School is that the teachers are nice and the work's a lot of fun.
What do you do at the weekends?
On the weekends I usually go out with my friends